sleep.
Hello friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Sadia the Bibliophile. So today we're here to discuss my January TBR. I'm so excited. Also, I'm excited for 2024 in general. I think it's going to be a great reading year. I can't believe it's already the end of 2023. So in order to just pick my TBR for January, I actually made a wheel and a board, and I'm gonna spin the wheel, and the wheel's gonna choose my TBR, or the prompts for my TBR. It's called What Will I Read? You'll obviously get it more once you see the spins and stuff. But this month I'm actually participating in a readathon, the TBR-athon, that is being hosted by Leandra, the TBR Zero. Now we'll post all the information about it down below. But I have chosen to do the bingo board, and what I've done for my game and my board is I've put in the bingo board prompts into my board, on my board. And so that's how we're gonna pick our books. The wheel's gonna pick those prompts. So I'm so excited for this, and I've chosen to do 10 spins, which seems like a bad idea, but I think it's gonna, like, there's no pressure to read all of them. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I mean, like, when have I ever completed a TBR? But I've been reading more this month. Well, actually the last couple of months. So I think I can do it. I think it's somewhat achievable. I'll at least get to half. So yeah. And obviously I think every time I do this, the number of spins is probably going to change. Anyways, so let's get into it. Okay, for the first spin, we rolled a 6 and we got buddy read or book club read. And so in the TBR-athon Discord, they're actually wanting to do a buddy read of the Brown Sisters series, and this is the first one in the series, and so we're going to be reading that in January. Ooh, how did that happen? This would be a reread for me, but I absolutely love this book. I devoured it. I wanted to maybe I will be my first read of 2024. Like, I remember reading this book and like all the feelings are coming back to me. So I'm excited to be reading this again. I have actually, the prompts are running away from me. Doubled up as far as the bingo board is concerned and put it as odd one out, my least read genre, which is contemporary. And so if this is a contemporary romance, the Brown Sisters series has been out for a while. I think you might think what this is out, but this is about Chloe, who is, she's chronically ill, and she's just trying to she's just trying to change her life dramatically and not let her chronic illness bring her down. And so we're watching her go through that and finding that sometimes you do need help, and sometimes that even if the illness or whatever you're going through is dragging you down, that sometimes you just need help. And she meets this really great guy, Red. I love him. She has like a list of things she wants to do, and he's like helping her go through the list. And it was just so cute. I'm just like remembering all of it. So I'm excited for that one. Get a Love, Chloe Brown, first read of 2024. So the second spin, we rolled a 13, and I rolled Itty Bitty, which is under 200 pages. This is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. It is, I believe, 184 pages. Yeah, 184. This is one of, I love a lot of her books. Persuasion, Pride and Prejudice, obviously, Persuasion, Maxwell Park, and Sense and Sensibility I have read. This is the one I haven't. So I'm going to be reading this one for Itty Bitty. Also, I have all of them in these like covers because they're just, I love them. Number 3 rolled 7, which we got name in the title. And so Lizette's List, obviously Lizette is the name. This is actually a book I got from my brother, who's an English major. He read this for one of his classes, and he literally handed me a pile of books and was like, "Here, read these," and I was like, "Okay, cool." So I have no idea what this is about. Okay, it says, in 1937, Lisette Roux and her husband Andre moved from Paris to a village in Provence to care for Andre's father, Pascal. Lisette regrets having to give up her dream of becoming a gallery apprentice, but she soon discovers that the hilltop town is rich with unexpected pleasures and that Pascal once worked as a frame maker, defending Pissarro, Cézanne, and trading his frames for paintings. Pascal begins to tutor Lisette in both art and life, and inspired by his advice, Lisette begins a list of vows for herself. Number 4, learn what makes a painting great. Oh, that's like one of the examples, I guess. When war breaks out, Andre goes off to the front, but not before hiding Pascal's paintings to keep them from the Nazis' reach. With the fall of Paris, Lisette sets out to locate the paintings. Her search takes her to the stunning French countryside, where she learns to forgive the past, to live her bestly, and to love again. Well, actually, that sounds great. No wonder my brother gave it to me. That sounds really cool. It sounds like it's gonna be very like art focused. Yeah, it says 3 artists, 8 paintings, The Village in France. So I'm excited about that one. It's book number 3 of 2024. So spin 4, we rolled actually spin number 4. And we got glowing reviews 4 and up, 4-star and up rating. This has a 4.2 star on Goodreads. So it counts. Also, this has been on my shelf for so long, and people either absolutely love it or absolutely hate it. And I am just dying to know what camp I'm gonna be in. So I'm gonna read it. It's also really pretty, although I do not like when they have covers like this. This really bugs me, but it's really pretty otherwise. And if I like this, maybe I'll read it more of Erin Morgenstern's things. So this one, all I know is it's about a circus, but let me read it back. What does it say? The circus arrives without warning. No announcements preceded. It is simply there when yesterday was not. Within the black and white striped canvas tents is an utterly unique experience full of breathtaking amazements. It's called Le Cirque des Rêves, and it is only open at night. But behind the scenes, the fierce competition is underway, a duel between 2 young musicians, Celia and Marco, who have been trained since childhood expressly for their purpose by their mercurial instructors. Unbeknownst to them, this is a game in which only one can be left standing. Amidst the high stakes, Celia and Marco soon tumble headfirst into love, setting off a domino effect of dangerous consequences and leaving the lives of everyone from the performers to the patrons hanging in the balance. Okay. I'm excited about that. Haunted Bewitches on every page, a showstopper. Maybe if I love it, I'll just get a different version because this one bothers me. But that sounds great. Who knows? I don't know if I'd be into a circus book, but I'm excited for that. That is book 4 in 2024. So spin number 5. Oh, let me see. I have like a little booklet here. 5 and both 5. And it was over 400 pages. Which is literally like a lot of my books on the shelf, but I've been dying to read this. It's like 400. It's almost 500 pages, yo. Yeah. 400. Nope, that's still the appendix. Apparently, there's 2 of those. 449 pages. So that is over 100 pages or 400 pages. I'm just gonna read what the back says. I know it's a trilogy. So I'm excited to get to this first one. It says, it starts with this is the way the world ends for the last time. It starts with the great red rift across the heart of the whole world's sole continent, spewing ash that blots out the sun. It starts with death, with the murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts with betrayal and the long dormant wounds rising up to fester. This is the stillness, a land familiar with catastrophe, where the power of the earth is wielded as a weapon, and where there is no mercy. Yes, please. I need to read that. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. That is going to be the 5th book that I will hopefully read in 2024. Okay. We spun a 14. We got book with a green cover. I'm actually going to read an arc of a book called Honey Witch that I've gotten on NetGalley right now. I will put the cover of it on the screen. It is green because it has plants surrounding a house. And that one is about a sapphic witch, is all I know. Is all I want to know, to be fair. I think it's like she's a witch, she goes to this place, she does all her witchy things, and then there's this girl that shows up that doesn't believe in magic at all, so she's trying to prove to her there's magic. And also, obviously I just said it's a sapphic romance, and they fall in love. So I'm excited about that one. It sounds really good. I have an arc. If I love it, then, I'll buy myself an actual copy. But that will be the 6th book that I read in 2024. Okay, so spin number 7, we spun an 8. I do apologize. There's just children in the household, just in case. Just want to let you know. There's children. You may hear things in the background. But for number 8, we got first in a series, Get Started. And I also doubled it up. I chose Out of the World by Robert Jordan, which is book 1 of the Wheel of Time series. Brittany loves reading, and there was a couple of other people, I don't remember who, but she's doing a read along on Fable, the book app, for this series, and we're reading the first one starting in January, so I chose this, because I have it on my shelf. I was like, why not let's read that one? If I want to continue with the series, I'll buy the other ones. But this book intimidates the crap out of me. So it's for bingo board purposes. I also doubled up on that one. And this one, there's 14 books, but this one, it says, the wheel of time turns and ages come and pass. What was and what will be, and what is may yet fall under the shadow. Let the dragon ride again in the winds of time. I don't know what this is about, but it's like scary, because this one, how many pages is it? It's like 800 something pages, and it's just the first one, so I can't imagine that the rest of them are short. So that's intimidating as hell. I just know that it's a really loved series, and so I'm excited to start it. It's just scary because it's huge. It's a chunky boy. So I will be reading that with Brittany. I will also put Brittany's like information down below. This cover is really pretty though. That's gonna be, I mean, it's probably not gonna be book number 7, but that's book number 7 as far as TBR is concerned. So for spin number 8, we rolled a 1 and we got Oops, Forgotten on Your Shelf. And this is a poetry book that I got, I don't know how long ago, and I forgot, look, there's even a bookmark in it already, because I put it back on my shelf and I was like, it's a poetry collection for the brokenhearted. It's by Lindsay K. Atkinson. I just forgot this existed until I like redid my shelves a couple weeks ago. So that's for that one, but it also is blue, so we're gonna put it for blue cover for bingo board purposes, and it's just a poetry collection. Let's see what it's about. If you ever felt heartbreak, depression, confusion, fear, anxiety, sadness, or loneliness after a breakup, know that you're not alone. In order to heal, we first acknowledge the pain and address the wound. So this is for all other hopeless romantics out there who've lived through the experience of putting your fragile in the wrong hands one too many times. Well, that doesn't sound very exciting for the new year, but I think it will be a good thing to just think about at the start of the year as well, because sometimes we just like try to forget about all those feelings. And also, you know, it's a poetry book. It's gonna be easy to get through. I can read like 1 or 2 a day. And it may not be like the happiest thing, but we got all these other books I'm reading, so it's totally fine to like throw in some sad poetry, you know? Why not? So that's the 8th book on this TBR. We spun a 9 and we got first person. I says, I think, therefore I am, first person point of view. So for this one, I'm going to be, I have on Everend, I have the audiobook and the ebook, and I will put out the cover on the screen for If We Were Villains, which is a book I've been wanting to read for so long. And I don't remember what it's about, All I remember is there's Shakespeare, and it's like dark academia, and I'm here for it, and I just want to read it. I will be listening to it throughout the month probably. And so yeah, that's the ninth book for this TBR. And final spin, we spun 16, which was the next in the series. And where's the first one? Truly Davis. Oh, it's over here. Sorry. So this is the second book in the Truly Devious series. I believe it was called. I don't see a title like any other name over it. Yeah, just says a Truly Devious novel. So I'm assuming the series is called Truly Devious. The first one was about Stevie and how she goes to this academy, and it's like a special academy, and how she, like, let me read the first half of it to you. Ellingham Academy is a famous private school in Vermont, founded by earlier 20th century tycoon for the best and brightest students around. When Ellingham's wife and daughter were kidnapped, the only clue was a mocking riddle listing methods of murder signed with the frightening pseudonym Truly Devious. Their disappearance became one of the great unsolved crimes in history. And then, yeah, so it takes place at that academy. There's many years later, true crime aficionado Stevie Bell is said to begin her first year at the academy, where she's determined to solve this cold case. That is, she will solve it when she gets a grip on her demanding new school life and her housemates, the inventor, the novelist, the actor, the artist, and the jokester. But Truly Devious makes a surprise return. The past has crawled out of its grave, and someone has gotten away with murder. The first one was great. This one was absolutely great. I freaking loved it. I love Stevie. I love the other characters. The history behind the disappearance of the dude's wife and kid. Great. This one left me on a massive cliffhanger. And I don't know why my brain still has not picked this one up, but we're going to get to it. I'm going to get to it in 2024. Also, I believe it is a 4-part series. So, I know this one's going to leave me on a cliffhanger again, but still, I want to start it. Also, they're just really pretty together. Like, look how beautiful those colors. And the third one's green, and I think the fourth one's like purple or something. So I do want to read them. I do want to read it. I just want to get to it. Next in the series, it's one of the many series I probably have to finish, but why not get started on one in the new year, the beginning of the year. Yeah, so that is the 10th and final book on this TBR for January. It's a little cuckoo bananas that I want to read 10 books in January, but are we going to try? Yes. So here they all are. This is the 8 physical books I will be trying to read in January, plus 2 ebooks. I will probably read it for Villains in audiobook. But I will put, yeah. So it's not that heavy. They're all light. They're all very, they're all paperbacks, so they're not like massively heavy. But I'll put those there. Yeah, so I'm gonna be a crazy loonbat and try to read 10 books in January. If you want to watch me try, you should subscribe. I'm gonna try to vlog it and see how well we fare. Although I am starting school in January, which is also another crazy reason to like. Well, I'm restarting school in college, going back to college in January, which is also another crazy reason to be reading 8 books well, 8 physical books, but 10 books. Um, but we shall see. If, like I said, if you want to watch me do that, go ahead and subscribe. I thank you for getting this far. If you've watched all of this, because it's probably gonna take a while to get through. If you have, just put a pile of books or put a pile of books emojis in the comments. Let me know what you're reading in January. Do you think I'm absolutely insane for trying to read 10 books and start college in January? Just let me know. Have you read any of these books and absolutely love them? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next year. Bye.
Not a big deal, just helps me breathe. It's okay.